Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the canyon. Welcome back to the indoors. I don't think we're going outdoors. I think we're staying indoors. We're going to try to keep this one focused, on point-ish, at least, maybe a little. We're going to try. We're going to make an effort. It's a servo test. You saw it in the thumbnail. How could we not? OMG, outstanding Metal Gear. R4? OMG R4-80BF. And let's talk about a big claim, everybody. 80 kg. 80 kg is a big claim. For those who don't do the mental conversion of metric to standard to the ounce inch, it's 13.88. So basically just do 14. So 80 times 14 is 1120, give or take, probably closer to 1100. 1100 ounces on 3S. And the spec sheet that I could find from a place called khobbies.at, these are available all over AliExpress. This was sent to me from AliExpress, Sweden via AliExpress. OMG. 120 bucks US. And khobbies AT, I'm not 100% sure where .at is. I don't know where that is. 129.9 or comma, they use that comma, basically 130 euro, which includes the 20% VAT or whatever. So 130 euro, so it's pretty price appropriate. But 80 kg that's a big claim. No servo has averaged 1100 ounces. Going over 1,000 is something that only two servos, the RS800 V2 and the AGFRC A86 BUMW, are the only servos that we've had break 1,000 and average over 1,000 before correction, before 1-inch correction. So this servo will have the benefit of being tested on the new spec where we use this Radio Link radio right here. We use that to do the servo pull because I was going to reach for the control board that's not here. Because the little control board has, I don't know, maybe it can't handle this kind of stuff. So we're going to reposition camera. We are going to set the test apparatus up in a position that I'm hoping we will be able to see it. And then we're going to see. Now, mind you, this when I found it at khobbies.at, they show voltages from 6 to 11.1. This is indeed a direct power servo, and 11.1 is a weird place to state it because a fully charged 3S pack is 12.6 volts. This thing claims, in ascending order, 47 kilograms at 6 volts, and that is stall torque. They're not saying it's instantaneous torque. They're saying stall torque, which is harder to get to. 56 kilograms at 7.4, 72 kilograms at 8.4, which is a huge claim. 2S Direct pulling 72 kilograms, that's enormous. And at 11.1, 81 kilograms. Not at 12.6, at 11.1. That's mental. It does have a big, tall case. It is very tall. We are going to get it strapped down, and we're going to get the rig set up, and we're going to try. I'm not even going to bother with 6 volts. We will do 7.4, 8.4, 11.1, and should we get close but not quite there, we'll try it at 12.6 with the hopes of not blowing any gears up. But 12.6 seems like a given, as this is a 3S Direct servo. OMG. So we have to run it off of 3S Direct. Am I wrong in that? I don't think I am. Let me get the rig set up, and let's see what we end up with. So, methinks we've got a pretty good layout here. What we've got going on here, look at this. Fresh sheets. OMG 80 kg. Direct power, yes. Voltage is 7.4, 8.4, 11.1, and we'll probably do some pulls at 12.6. I feel like we have to. Here's what we've got. We've got a 1080 over here, regular 1080, 3S pack hooked up to it. That's basically acting as our BEC. I had thought about just making a splitter, which will be done in the future. Get some 4mm bullets. I'll make a splitter and then this stuff will get basically installed. And it doesn't need to be a 1080. It just needs to be any speed control. So a cool 90-30, whatever. Cool 90-30 would be better because we can go to 4S. That's good thinking, everybody in the audience. So it's just going to get mounted. The board will be removed, and there'll be a 1080 here and a receiver right here. It's going to be the Vanquish VT1 receiver is going to go right here. It's going to be the test guy in the future. And then everything will be hooked up. And so right now, this is getting pack power to the speed control. But the servo is running directly off of just the power supply. So actually, I don't know. The external battery pack might work better. We're working through this together because this way you see no amps, no watts. And then when we hook it up, we can see the load that is just the servo. Because the only thing running off of the power supply is just the servo. There's nothing in between to fiddle with it. So it is not quiet. It's a noisy boy. The speeds at 7.4, it is not claiming anything earth-shattering or world-beating like 0.16. The claim at 11.1 is 0.1. So 0.16 to 0.1 is 60%. Let's call it 50%. First, that amp draw never really goes up, even when I'm leaning on it. 1.5 watts. Let's see here. It's about what I would expect. The noisiness, it's a bit crunch and munch. Mounting the horn at 24mm. Loosey goose. Power up the scale. Still can't see the scale quite right. It's a little washed out. It's a little washed out under shit. Now it's still a little washed out. Oh, it's better when it's not blue. All right. So amps, the editor looks at the amps. We try to look at the amps, but what we're looking at the ounces, we're going to do 3 pulls at 7.4, 3 at 8.4, 3 at 11.1. We'll see where we go from there. We've got temp gun right over here for heat. The servo is 76 degrees, which seems about right. It's about what it is in here. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. So this is the first test using this particular setup as configured. Our first direct power test. I need to pull this way. All right. First pull. 7.4 volts. OMG 80 kg. Why do I feel like nervous about it? That's weird. I'm trying to do the mental math backwards. 643.6. Okay, all right. Okay, hold on. You know me. I'm leafing through the sheets. For other servos tested at 7.4. Yeah, that's 45 kilo. It's around 45 kilo. That's not bad. Second pull, 7.4. 640.8. Once again, consistency, less than 3 ounces variance there. Let's punch through. Let's blast our way through the 6.4s, 7.4s. Third and final pull. 635.5. 3 pulls at 7.4 volts, averaging uncorrected 640 ounces, corrected to 592 ounces. That is respectively 46.1 and 42.6 kilos. 46.1 and 42.6. I got a little latent dyslexia coming out right there. 45 kilos at 7.4. That's not bad, but we've seen it. We've seen it before. I caught a quick glimpse at amps and saw something in mid 4.5, which is pretty good. That's pretty good efficiency at that. Now, generally, as volts go up, amps go up as well. The question will be, will they rise accordingly? Here we are. Oh, I did not do... Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. My brain. My brain. It's still... It is still not earth-shattering speed. But it's not woefully slow either. Now, at $120, we are not trading speed for cash. We should be buying speed with that cash. All right, 8.4 volts. Little tiny bit. Went too long. 3 pulls, 8.4, same as before. OMG 80 kg, first pull. 716.3, and I feel like I saw the whole I saw this whole thing move a little bit. It's pulling pretty hard. 700 ounces is not to be sneezed at. That's a reasonable. We increased voltage. I want to say, what is that? 1 out of 85, 10, 85, 9%, 8%ish, and the torque went up appropriately from 640 to about 70. Yeah, right about 10%. So it's in line. Second pull before that thing turns off. And again, the 716.4. That can't be right. That can't be right. 716.3, 716.4. Are we refining the process? I feel like at the very least we're refining the process. Third and final pull, 8.4 volts. Little fade, 705.4, which is a fade that is somewhere between nominal and negligible. OMG 80 kg at 8.4 volts averaged 713 ounces uncorrected, corrects to 659, that is 51.4 and 47.5 kilograms respectively. Over 50 kg at 8.4 is not to be sneezed at, but it can be done far cheaper. And do I think this thing is going to make the jump? Okay, so 300 ounces. It should be around 1,000. We should see around 1,000 if it rises at the correct rate. But I you know, that might be 0.1. It's pretty quick. The amp draw when leaning on it it's not really going up with the volts. So I am cautiously optimistic, but 80 kg is big. Now, if this thing succeeds in cresting 1,000, if we lose a decimal here and we go into the thousands at 11.1, this thing might hit 80 at 12.6, which is, to me, genuinely crazy to even consider. We are definitely getting into we are on the highway to the danger zone. We are going to make sure everything is plenty tight. Oh yeah, haven't temped it in a while. So 6 pulls in, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. So we've increased 5 degrees. All right. Now, rod ends start to get questionable up past 1,000, especially stall pulling like that. I'm more nervous now than I was when we started. First pull at 11.12 volts for the OMG 80 kg. And uh-oh. Yeah. It has it's that might have been it. That might have been it. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to roll in. We're gonna have to roll in. Oh, there's some play in there. It's not out of the question that we lost a tooth. It went to, I saw high 700s, and then the arm just stuck. Like, I couldn't do this before. We've got, can I say it? Yeah, there we go. I don't know. All right, we're gonna slow roll it in at 11.1. Oh. Now, got 200 and some ounces. All right. 300 and some ounces. Yeah, we're hitting like 300 ounces. Yeah, this right here is, that's very concerning. All right, there is another thing we can try. First, we need to do this. Bear with me. I will return in a moment. All right, what we've done here is we've moved the servo connection over to channel 5. I have hooked channel 5 up to switch D. So, and I've reduced the throw to where it can only throw about that far. Now, will this make a difference? I don't know. Has this servo been damaged? I don't know. Did it introduce any heat from that episode? Yes, it is about 91 degrees. So it picked about 10 degrees from that. Yeah, it just genuinely feels warm. The battery is going dead in my laser. Well, why wouldn't it be? It's some, yeah. I don't know. Could be the second one we've had conk on the tester. So I haven't even been able to, like, the sheet is just blank. I haven't been able to put anything in 11.1. The pulls that we got before were nowhere in the territory of even what it had been pulling before at 7.4 and 8.4. So here we go off the button. Oh, watch, we can do it right like this. Clarity in non-advertising. 11.1, trying it again. 439. Let me watch the amps this time. I'm actually going to watch the amps this time. 441. So we're pulling about 400 ounces. I don't know what to tell you. That lockup was not good. That was not a good thing to happen. I think we can do this all day. It's pulling consistently like 440, 450 at 11.1. Oh, here's an idea. Okay, that's running directly off of that 3S pack. So now we won't know the amps or anything, but this pack is nearly dead. 3.6 volts per cell. So we'd 3.6, 7.2, 10.8. We'd be just under this. We're like 10.8. Like exactly the same, like 450. Is it the scale? Do we need to check the battery in the scale? I'm at a loss right now, everybody. That was really good. No, I was very hopeful. Those were really good numbers at 7.4 and 8.4. But now we've got... Oh, it's still getting hotter. A little bit. It has 93 degrees. I am trying to think what else... What can I rule out here? Because it appears to still work. But it's 460 ounces and it stops. I have to make some kind of effort to isolate the variable here. I'm going to pull the scale, and I'm going to get the battery out of the scale and pull it after that. And then after that, there's got to be another servo out here on this bench somewhere. I'm going to grab a known quantity, and we're going to throw it on there. I don't know what has happened. We got to try to isolate some variables. So I put fresh batteries in the scale, and it didn't make any difference. This thing is pulling 450, 460 every single time. Now, what we have to do to isolate, because yes, it could indeed mean that the scale has been damaged. So we take a known quantity, good old Animos DS Power DS3225 SG, the tried and true Amazon Blue case. We're running it, or are going to be running it through exactly the new school. I didn't even check channel, so we've got this to roughly 3S. We plug in the system. We will run the servo. Make sure no servo is attached. We're going to do it off channel 5, just how we were. So there's channel 5. I might have to fiddle with the endpoint. Oh, it's I mean, we can all agree it's significantly quieter, right? I don't know why that other guy was so loud. It's not looking good for the OMG at all. It's looking really bad. The fact that it was still working is wild. Now, this is running off of the BEC inside here. So this is BEC power. The 3225 is not a fast servo. This is also, mind you, an original 1080, not a G2. So there's 6.0 and 7.4 are the available BEC outputs. So this BEC is at 7.4 volts. So honestly, a resounding condemnation of the OMG 80kg, which at this point I already can absolutely not recommend. Did I mention I changed the batteries in this? It was still on the LYW. They seem fine. I don't believe that people that say not that dropping a battery doesn't tell you whether it's live or dead, because it totally does. So this is a test of the 35 kg at 7.4 volts. I am leafing. That's the Pro. That's the Injora 25. That's all the AGFRCs and the Flash Hobby. 7.4. We should see right around 450. Yeah, we should see right around 450. Which is what this thing was managing to muster after it had had its little episode. So I think it's going the right direction, right? We saw it. Okay. BEC power, 35 kg at 7.4 BEC. 460, 4.4. So again, that's not really Is that telling us anything? Because that's another 460. We're just getting the same numbers. I mean, I guess in the pursuit of covering every base, we're going to try a servo that we know is going to make more power. A GFRC SA75 CVSW. Running on, it's off of here, channel. That's what point 1 looks like. So, the only thing left to isolate is the scale. If the scale shows us any number more than 460 ounces, we know that on that first pull at 11.1, this servo died. Like it's a zombie now. It's still shambling around, but it's not generating any torque. I don't know if we broke a tooth. I don't know what could possibly... It smells like my metal-covered hands. So it would not appear that pixies have escaped. We're going to pull this one time. And if that number is anything bigger than 460, we know that the scale is fine and that this is not fine. Already at $120, you can get 70% of it. Like, okay, well, this servo's $85. 12.6. 728. Yeah, don't buy that. Don't buy that. I don't know 100% what happened. Is it really tall? No, it's pretty much the same. It's the same exact footprint. Yeah. Chalk it up. Write it down. Make a note. Whatever you need to do. This goes down on the list. There's a very short list of servos that have not survived the testing process. I see no need to go any further with the OMG 80kg. 80 kgs? Absolutely not. Unquestionably, inarguably, no. We were never going to get anywhere close to that. This is a great servo. This is a great servo. This is also a great servo. I would recommend without hesitation either of these. If you want to spend a very little bit of money, you get that one. If you want to treat yourself, you get one of those. But whatever you do, don't buy one of those. We came nowhere close to 80 kg. We got 50 at 8.4. But what is the point? I checked and triple checked the internets because I wanted to make sure, like, what is this servo rated at? Is it only rated at 8.4? No. It has a spec list at 11.1. And not only did it fail at 11.1, I think we killed the brain stem at 11.1. So, what would have happened to it powered up on 12.6? I imagine a short and quick death. This is an episode that has gone on far too long for a servo that has just failed completely. But, as has been said many times, a result is a result. There's no OMG here. Everything is indeed not awesome. Sometimes things just aren't that good. Those were reasonably impressive numbers at 7.4 and 8.4 volts. But the $50 flash hobby rated at 50 kg will give you 50 kg for $50. So this thing at 8.4 was legit going to have to throw down 60 kg at least. 850 ounces. And uncorrected, it made 47.5. corrected the Flash Hobby. What is it? CLS. It's a big mouthful of numbers. CLS 4050RP, rated at 50 kg. And what does it make? 50 kg. We came here to see a servo make 80 kg, over 1,000. Not even close. Not even close. It still feels so solid. I will pull the screws out and I will take a look at the gear train and see if it's still alive. I don't know. Seems a shame to have an expensive servo not being used, but it's not good. There you go. I don't know what to offer you other than that. Except to comment below if you have previous experience and you've had no problems with it. Let me know. If you've had it before and you've had problems with it, let me know. Sometimes things are too good to be true. And I think in the case of a servo claiming 81 kilos at 11.1 volts, that is certainly too good to be true, because it's not true. It didn't do it. It didn't do it. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. It did come with a really cool servo horn, though. That's a pretty cool servo horn. Shame. 'Tis a shame. I will see you in the next one. This one goes in the servo bin. Yeah. Everybody's got one of these, right? I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by. Don't buy the OMG servo. Flash Hobby has been rock solid. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.